So welcome back to the channel. Getting ready to do another afternoon, evening troll up the Garcia Bend area. Before I get involved with what's going on, I want to I've always told you this page, I'm going to be real. Obviously, if you watch my videos, I'm not the best fisherman out there. I go out there and try every time. But I tell you what, 2019 salmon season is kicking my butt. Most of the case is myself making major mistakes. I made two big mistakes that cost this boat 2 fish. If you watch my first salmon trip of the year and my last video, the first video that I thought was a snag with the fish on. The last trip I sat there and watched the pole go off, knowing it was a fish, waiting for the fish to hook himself, trolling the boat. My drag was way too loose, and what's happening is when the fish hits it, it's not putting any tension on it. All you're doing is pulling drag. And by the time I get to the rods, they're spitting the hooks out. So a buddy of mine from Florida kind of gave me a little tongue lashing, which I deserved, and basically told me to get my head out of my butt and get back in the game. So we're going to start doing that today. So October 1st is 2019 salmon season version 2. So today we're heading up to Sacramento, like I said, to do afternoon evening troll. I am switching over to cut plugs from Silvertrons. Silvertrons still catching fish, but I enjoy cut plugs, and I think I've got a good knowledge of them. How I rig my poles up, I'll be using the same poles, the 805s and the Titans. What I'm running is basically 11-inch flasher, different colors for different plugs. I'm running 3 feet from that to my spreader. Then the same dropper, anywhere from 12 to 15 inches. That's 50-pound line that I use. Then from that, I'm running 36 inches to my cut plug, and that's using 40 pound. The reason why I use both of them is if I ever get a snag, I'm hoping that my cut plug will break off before my flasher does. Cut plugs you get on Amazon 2 for $9. The flasher is $20 to $27. I do use a medical release, and I use a Simmons and a Good Day. And basically what it does is once the fish hits it, it'll pop it loose, and that way you're only fighting the fish and not the flasher. The flasher goes in basically a 3-foot circle, and if you're fighting the fish, it's still going to keep doing that. So if it's busting loose, it won't do that. I speed them anywhere from 3.1 to 3.8. You speed it up a little bit. Basically what you want is basically the 1 second pull. You want your pole tip, let me see how I get this in the camera, like this, go down about every second. You know what that is? That second is that's how long it takes to go around a complete circle. So you adjust your speed to that. So every second you should have this. If the tip goes down and bounces a little bit, that means you're dragging the bottom. So you need to come up on your line a little bit so it doesn't drag the bottom. So that's what the plan is today. And like I said, for me today is a new start of a season. I need to get my head out of my butt and get going and start catching some fish. So hopefully today with the cut plugs, and I fill my cut plugs with tuna. I do have a mixture that I use. I use tuna in oil. I want the oil slick, and I do put sin on it. So we'll see how that works out today. And again, welcome back to the channel. And like I've always said, I'll make it real. Enjoy. And also I went out and bought some Berkley line counters. I don't have line counter reels yet, but I do need to get some. I just haven't had a chance to buy any. Not impressed with them yet. I mean, they're kind of funky, but for what I need to do, they might work. I'm hoping they work. If not, they're going back. But the problem is that the line doesn't want to stay in there all the time. Braid seems to do okay. Mono keeps popping out. And all the reviews got not very good reviews. So hopefully they'll work for what I need them to do. So I picked those up so I know how far to go back and how far, because cut plugs, it is important to know your distance versus Silvertrons. You can put them out 75 feet back and you'll be good, but cut plugs, you need to kind of know exactly where they're at. Welcome back to the channel. We're at the Sacramento River Garcia Bend area again, trolling for salmon on another day. We just got out on the water. We're running cut plugs today with tuna. We're running 30 off the back sides and 40 off the back, so we'll see how we do. Welcome back to the channel.
Wrong with it?
Hold on, tangled up.
Oh. So you push plus for the trolling motor?
Plus to speed it up. You should be put it at
The wind just kicked up a little bit.
fish on.
Fish on?
Yep.
Really? Great.
But don't worry about it. Just keep going. It's a small one. There's like a striper maybe.
Really? Striper hit it?
Pretty big flasher. Well, maybe not.
Oh, you pull what, the other one in? That's a little jack maybe. No,
Yeah, go ahead and put the boat in neutral.
Okay.
No, the bottom one.
Bottom one, pull it back or
Pull
forward?
back until it hits neutral.
Pull it back?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and on the trolling motor,
Yeah.
hit the thing that, oh shit, well I'll take it up. The one that on the very bottom that looks like an anchor.
Okay. I did.
Okay, go ahead and reel that one in.
Where's it taking you?
And it's going back towards that, that's fine. Keep fishing on this side.
Pull this one in too?
Yeah, because I got everything clustered up. Got the salmon.
What's that?
The salmon.
Really?
Then just leave that on that side and come get this other pole. So this one's all tangled up.
What do you want me to do?
Just roll it in. Okay, if you net it, you're gonna have to get on the offshore bracket. You want me to get on the offshore bracket?
Here.
Just keep pinching on it.
too.
Finally!
Were you reeling in when he bit it?
No, it was hitting.
Oh, I don't know. There you go. Put him on the outside.
Little Jack, we on the board, baby. Up or? Yeah, we're gonna go for control again once I get a couple things taken care of.
That hook. Right there for now. Right. Everything's inside. The anchor is what puts it back in spot.
what I did is I went ahead and cut the gill and bled the fish out. It's pretty well bled out now, so now I'll change the water out so it's not sitting in bloody water, it's sitting in cold, fresh water. If I didn't have my head up my butt, that would be number 3 for this year.
Make sure you leave that on the video, right?
Well, one thing about running cut plugs that you gotta be careful for snags. With them doing 3-foot circles, they snag with other lines, and I got a big old giant cluster back here that I'm gonna have to cut free. That's one issue of running Dodgers and flashers with cut plugs.
These guys are just taking an angle.
Well, at the end of the day, we did get lucky enough to hook into the one that is on camera, so we're gonna go ahead and got everything put away, head back to the launch. And it looks like one of my lines got tangled up in my little motor, kicker motor, so I have to deal with that once I get it out of the water. But I just won't run it, I just use my main engine only about a mile away from the launch. So thanks for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and see you next time.